Easter's kind of a weird holiday, isn't it? It's celebrating, I don't know, Jesus being reincarnated as a bunny rabbit who shits jelly beans and lays Cadbury cream eggs. I assume. I haven't read the book. Holidays in general are kind of silly, but I still feel kind of bad for Jehovah's Witnesses because they don't get to celebrate any of them. Like, they don't even get to celebrate birthdays. So if I were a Jehovah's Witness, I wouldn't get to buy flowers for my wife on Valentine's Day. I wouldn't get to buy toys for my daughter on her birthday. I wouldn't get to buy like 1 million presents for all my relatives on Christmas. Wait a minute. That sounds kind of awesome. I might become a Jehovah's Witness. Witness some big savings. That should be their new slogan, I think. I frequently get my lunch at a Subway inside a gas station because deep down I really don't think that I deserve good things. I feel like it's a little pretentious that Subway calls their employees sandwich artists. That's kind of like if Walmart called their greeters salutation engineers. Or like clowns, circuses called clowns laughologists. Or Fox News called their clowns journalists. Yeah, see what I did there? Yeah. Don't want to get too political on you, but I will say that I'm in favor of gay marriage. Good. We had our first gay marriages in the state a few weeks back for that like half a day that it was actually legal. If you blinked, you might have missed it. But the world didn't come to an end. We're all still standing. The rapture hasn't occurred. I think people who are like against gay marriage like to be really alarmist about it. Like they'll say things like, "Oh, if a woman can marry a woman and a man can marry a man, what's to stop a woman from marrying a horse? Or a man from marrying a cabbage? God made Adam and Eve, not Cabbage and Steve." As if a guy marrying a cabbage wouldn't be the awesomest news story you read all day. Come on. Like you're flipping through the newspaper, because that's something people still do, I'm sure. You're flipping through the newspaper and it's like Ukraine's on the eve of war. They still haven't found that plane that went missing. There was a suicide bombing in Somewhereistan. Oh, and a guy married a cabbage? That's great. There's still whimsy in the world, thank goodness. Thank goodness, I was really starting to feel down. I feel bad for celebrities who are like digitally inserted into advertisements like after they're dead, right? Like, I don't know if you've seen the commercial for Dove chocolate that has Audrey Hepburn in it. Not very many people apparently. But like I wouldn't want people to do that to me when I'm famous and dead. Because you don't know what kind of commercial you're going to end up in. Like I could be in a commercial for condoms saying something like, "Hey everybody, don't let something like me happen." Or, a commercial for a monster truck rally where I'm just being crushed by a gigantic wheel while Rock You Like a Hurricane's playing in the background. That's not how I want to spend the afterlife. I just want to rot in the ground like common people. That's all. That's all. Speaking of advertisements, so I think Las Vegas has like one of the worst slogans. Their slogan, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." They're basically saying that the only real good reason to go to Las Vegas is to do things so terrible that you'll never want to tell anybody about them ever. Isn't that what the internet's for? Like, I'm not going around bragging to people about how many times I visited PokemonFuckFiction.net last month. 36. know, moving on to the next joke. Moving on. I'm part Irish, and I feel like that's the one ethnic group that it's still perfectly acceptable to make like terrible stereotypes about. Right, like you've got take like sports team mascots, for instance. You've got like the Cleveland Indians or the Washington Redskins, and people get really pissed off about those mascots, as well they should, because they're racist. But then you've got the Notre Dame Fighting Irishmen, where the Irish are being represented by a really pissed off little leprechaun with his dukes up. And people are totally cool with that. Totally cool. Don't give it a second thought. But here's the thing. Notre Dame is a French name, right? So why couldn't their mascot have been the Fighting French? Wait, no. I know why. Never mind. Do people boo? Are there French people in here? You want to fight me about it? I thought not. I've got a daughter, and she's getting to that age where she's kind of embarrassed to be seen with me in public. Like, you know, it started off with her saying, like, when I dropped her off at school, "Dad, don't hug me around everybody else. I don't want them to see that. That's embarrassing." No, that's kind of sad. And then from there, it becomes, "Dad, could you drop me off like a block away from school so I don't actually have to be seen with you at all?" And then it's, "Dad, this is Mike. He's going to be my new stand-in dad for all public functions. He's a lot more charming than you are, to be honest. It'll work out better for the both of us, don't worry. We can stay at home and watch TV or whatever." And then finally, you know, the final phase is, she's like, "Dad, I'd like you to step into this machine here of my own design. What it's going to do is erase you completely from this timeline. It'll be like you never existed." And I know you're saying right now, well, if you never existed, how wouldn't your daughter not exist? She's adopted, so she'd be fine. But in this scenario, now that she's not motivated by her desire to create a dad erasing machine, she doesn't get her degree in advanced particle physics. Instead, she gets a degree in the humanities. And it's worthless. Joke's on her. Joke's on her. I'm good for something after all. Thank you, you've been great. My name is Jeremy Clymer. Come out to Dr. Green's on Wednesday. It'll be great. I'll be telling more jokes. Ryan B.
Hopefully this is good. I've been super depressed lately, so hopefully you guys... Oh no, his life hangs on the balance. It's always weird when your friend's trying to boost your confidence, be like, "Hey man, you know, just hang in there." You're like, "Yeah, I just might." It's kind of the idea. How strong is your shower curtain rod? What are we working on? Can I try it out? Is that cool? Or we're just watching. I'm starting to worry about my mental capacity. Like my mom is schizophrenic, I think. I don't know, so I'm starting to feel like that and worry. I was at a show one night and I performed already, and then a friend of mine went up and he was doing some suicide jokes and they were killing. Pun intended. I guess I didn't mean to. But he was doing very well. And then my first thought wasn't, "Oh, good for my friend, he's doing great." My first thought was, "Fuck, I forgot to do my suicide jokes. God damn it." So what I'm trying to say is I think I'm on my way out. It's fine, I've left a legacy. I'm wearing a pink shirt tonight, so who gives a shit, right? I dated a girl for a second. I had to break it off because she gave me a little nickname. My name is Garrett, and she called me Gare Bear. Fuck you. It's cute because it rhymes. That's stupid. She's like, she's really proud of it. "Oh, Gare Bear, you're like a cute little cuddly Gare Bear. Gare Bear, Gare Bear. Look at that. Gare Bear. Gare Bear. Gare Bear." And then I strangled her with my Gare Bear hands. Follow me to my trunk. I have the Gare Bear necessities in there. Oh, it's the bare necessities I'm hiding in these shrubberies. Forget about your worries and this knife. Just looking for a woman to have and to hold underwater. She was the one. She was the one. Sober, that's one thing. I quit drinking. Thank you. See, that's the two different people. There's people that are still drinking and like, little fucking idiot. And then there are people that quit drinking and they're like, I had some problems too. And those are the two different types. I'm 4 months sober. It's been 4 months since I had a drop of alcohol. Thank you. It's about quiet. I think it's been 4 months. The acid kind of slows down time. So I hate people that say that they're sober, right? Because there's the people that like have made mistakes. It's like you should totally be sober. Then there's people like me who are just like maybe 4 months sober. What do you need, a fucking monocle too to take it off, Mr. Sophisticated? Come on. I'm sober. It's you know what I filled the void with? Coffee. I've drank literally pots of coffee. But I'm just shitting constantly. That's not a good substitute. I smoke cigarettes sometimes. You're always filling. This is America, okay? We're a fat nation, all right? By the way, live life to the fullest, not an eating habit, okay? It's a way of life, not how, ooh, look, I gotta keep going. I just don't want to keep saying I'm sober. Because one of the reasons that I'm sober is I took acid a little while ago. For real, I took it, and I had a bad trip, and I talked myself down. I don't know if anyone's done that before, but you're just in your own head. You're like, it's okay. I know your heart feels like it's gonna fucking explode, but just keep being a person. Just don't turn into, a turtle. Like, it's not like that's an option. Oh no. I gotta get the fuck out of here and play guitar or some shit. I gotta see some notes fly off the neckboard or whatever. You forget words? It's weird. Looked into the mirror at one point. Don't do that. I saw my mom on this side. I saw my dad on this side. It was nice, I didn't freak out. My first thought was, I guess that makes sense. Fucking idiots. God. So I had to quit. I quit that, I quit drinking. I'll probably start again at some point. I just keep hearing myself talk about it. I'm like, just have a drink. Just quit being an idiot. I don't know, I think I had to quit too. You guys ever been so drunk that you key your own car? Has anyone, you guys ever? Not because like someone cut you off in traffic and he had a Camry too. Just like, I can't find the keyhole when I'm trying to drive home. I'm not proud of this at all. I just get up in the morning, did Wolverine claw my car? Oh, it was me with the key. You kind of do the thing with the depth perception where you lean back and then close your eyes more because you think you can see it. Bust a window out. I got it. Sit in the back seat. Take me home, and no one's with you. Little tidbit: ghosts will not be your designated driver. It's not going to work out. Drugs are weird. Meth. I've been watching Breaking Bad again. I've been rewatching that. You guys watch Breaking Bad? Anybody? Yeah. Jesse's got some great teeth for being a fucking meth head. I will throw that out there right now. I'm rewashing it, meth, that sounds horrible. I could never do meth because I like my teeth too much. They're not good, but they're at least there, There's people that like have meth. And I like people that try and say that, oh, he's not on meth. It's like, oh no, he probably just doesn't brush his teeth. Oh, he brushes his teeth with fucking meth. I just might not have a dental plan. Oh, he's got a plan. It's get more fucking meth. I just don't want to do that. This is fun. Brian was mentioning Easter was last week. Easter is a big holiday for Christians, which is, if you are, that's fine. I'm not, but I celebrate it because my family doesn't know. Easter, it's weird because Easter is a holiday that always changes. It's always a different day, but it's always on a Sunday, which I find really weird. You'd think they'd be able to nail that one down. Definitely wouldn't use the Roman calendar. I'll give it to that. I'll tell you guys my favorite Bible verse. Do you guys know John chapter 11, verse 35? Does anyone know that one? No? Okay. Now that you guys aren't really well read when it comes to the Bible, don't get fucking weird, okay? Was that a boo or a moo? Do we have cows in here? What the fuck was that? Oh, they're grazing. John chapter 11, verse 35. Jesus wept. Pussy. I read a conspiracy theory that the guy's like, yeah, the Bible's made up by people. And one of the things that they said was, yeah, they put that part in there to give Jesus humility. Yeah, because he's such an asshole the rest of the book. I don't think you needed that line. Fucking weird. All right, you guys have been a fantastic audience, by the way. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. Keep supporting live comedy. Thank you. Have a good one, Nick.
I was with a beautiful woman last week, and I know what you're thinking by looking at me. Of course. She has full, supple eyebrows. And I don't want to brag, ladies, but I can give some pretty good eyebrow kisses. So we're having a great day. She likes what I have to say, and I love what she has to say. And then she leans over and says, I want to take you to the candy shop. And I said, I love candy. That would be awesome. Where are we going to find one that's open this late? And she said, no, I want to come back to my place. I was like, oh, yeah, sure, why not? Love you candy afterwards. So we get back to her place, and we're having a great time, you know, making sex. And then halfway through it, I hear this terrible noise. And I'm like, oh, I think her house is probably haunted. And I got really concerned, but I wasn't going to stop because I had no idea when I was going to get a return trip. Then I heard it again. And I was like, all right, this is what is going on. And I stared down at her big, beautiful blue eyes. She looked up at me. And then I woke up, face down on a couch, with a cat right next to me making that god-awful sound. I was thinking, oh, magic, this is magic. You ruined a perfectly good wet dream. That was awful. Not gonna get many of those. But I can only imagine what would be even worse if somebody came down like mid-dream. They would have seen a fat guy getting to third base on their couch by himself. That would have been even worse. But women don't make it easy. I'm single now, and they try to make it a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying they're supposed to make it way easy, but sometimes they make it impossible. So I was talking to this one girl. I was like, "You're very beautiful. You seem intelligent. Well, let's go out sometime." And she was like, "I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch from head to toe. You can't handle this. There ain't nothing you can do to me that I hadn't already done." And I was like, "Oh, you are a horrible saleswoman. That's awful. I hope you didn't put any posters out. Watch out for her." I have this new phenomenon in my life. I think I just said that word right. I'm not quite sure. But where women will leave things at my place. And I'll rephrase that because one woman left something at my place one time. And it was a bottle of shampoo. So I used it. It also would have been nice if she left like a gallon of milk, some toilet paper, possibly some clean laundry. All would have been acceptable, but I'm using it now, and I'm noticing a difference. I have more volume, mostly in my eyebrows. More volume, I cry more, and Channing Tatum, I have to say, not bad, I get it. I didn't understand now. I remember driving as a kid. When I was driving as an infant, I started very young. You can see it. Oh, man. We were riding in the car as a kid, we were on the interstate. and I saw this giant sign that said adult books. I think I ran by a couple of those on the way here. Or stopped, whatever you want to tell me. Or stopped, but it said adult books, and I'm like, wow, those must be really hard books to read. Turns out they're just books that make you hard. Now, as an adult, I read 3 or 4 times a day. My forearms are a little bigger, and but my wrists hurt a lot. So I guess that makes reading a sport. I'm an athlete.
I have a girlfriend, and that's good stuff, and she has 2 children, so that pretty much makes me a stepdad, which is good stuff. Except for you're never ready for the questions, especially when they're not your children. Like when a 12-year-old's like, hey, I'm like, yeah, and he's like, is 7 inches big for a 12-year-old? I'm like, what the fuck did you just say to me? It's like, bam, call your dad, you did not come out of my nuts, he lives 15 miles from here. And don't ask me what circumference means, because I haven't been in school in fucking a long time. That's true, so it's true shit, I'm telling you. No, but anyways, it's like, now I realize with the kids why my dad was so cheap when he was growing up. Like, I wanted Thundercats. Who remembers Thundercats? Right? I was like, Dad, let me get Thundercats. Everyone's got Thundercats. I know we're on welfare. I need Thundercats. Thundercats. Like, I'll get you Thundercats. Open up that box. Lion Bot. You know what I'm saying? Some fake shit. He goes, it looks like a, what the fuck, what do you mean it's not Thundercats? I go, Dad, it says Lion Bot. I hated chocolate till I was like 12 because he used to give me carob that looks like chocolate. You know that shit? I ate an M&M for the first time at my friend's house and I was like, what the fuck is that? That's chocolate, me likey that stuff. Anyway, so, what else? So I took Adderall for a little while. I don't know why I just switched to Adderall. Yeah, good stuff, apparently. I used to do cocaine a little booger sugar, so I was like, my subconscious addict mind was like, Adderall's not like that. Sure enough. 30 milligrams, 4 in the morning, beating my penis, watching porn, drinking vodka out of the freezer. That's what Adderall does. If you have any kids, that shit is not for focusing, it's for jerking off and drinking alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Yes! 30 milligrams. Snorted, it's orange, it only coats your throat loud. There's all kinds of shit it does to you. Google it. Yeah. Not experiencing that.
Not personally.
Not personally, right? So anyways, yeah, like I said about the kids, I'm like I'm cheaper than I ever have been. When I was single or just taking a girl out, I'm like, I'll buy that, whatever. I go to the store now, I look at shit, I'm like, okay, Meijer has those fresh pizzas for like $8.99. That's not a lot of money. So when yesterday I was like, fuck that, 2 for $6, the Tony's ones are in the back, the frozen ones. Everybody had diarrhea, but I was like, it's good.
I had a dream recently, it can get awkward. I will get awkward. I will start undressing. You just wait. Been there, trust me. So I had a dream recently, and I was serving like I do in real life, and it was pretty shitty, and then suddenly it got better. It got better. Justin Timberlake's walking. Justin Timberlake's, that's right, plural, 2 of them. We got NSYNC Justin and now Justin. I'm like, hey Justins. And they're like, hey Al, hey Al. You guys wanna do a hot dog eating contest? Hell yeah, hell yeah. I go get the hot dogs. So 1 left. Damn it, and I wake up. Am I gay? The only way that dream can end in my mind is a Lady in a Tramp style 3-way with the hot dog and making out at the end. But I told this to my brother, and he's like, I think the only thing gay about it is that's how you think it would end. You can't tell me if Justin's walked in right now like, hey, Al, you want to make out? I'll be like, hell yeah, that's a good story. I mean, oh, Justin Timberlake's. Sweet. It's not like I'm sucking their dick for free. I like you guys, I like you guys. Oh no, it's not, nothing's in there, nothing's in there. I got no one. I was sitting in the mall the other day just watching, because that's what I do, and I had a thought come to my head, and I was like, I wonder how many of these kids I could grab before someone stopped me. 5. So I recently... 6? No, I had a chubster. I one-armed him, got like 5 in the other. I think he slowed me down. I could've got 7. If I had a little backpack thing. Piggyback, come on. So, I recently signed up to start substitute teaching. The only qualifications you need is 90 credits or a bachelor's degree, which I have. And one of my friends, I told him about it, he's like, oh man, dude, sounds sweet, I'm not doing anything with my degree right now. I was like, no one is. Do they drug test? I'm like, hell no, freebie. All that money is going to get tattoos and weed. The school system works. I told my mom, I was talking to my mom about being a substitute teacher. First thing she says to me is like, you know, Al, you know you're not going to be able to touch any of those little girls. You can't touch any of those little girls, Al. What the fuck, Mom? You're something. I would never get caught. I just wrote this, it's weird. Is it gay if my girlfriend is fucking me in the ass with a strap on?
No. Yes.
All the girls said no, these guys are like, fuck yeah, it is. Fuck yeah, it is. Don't know. Someone's getting nailed in the ass tonight is what I'm saying.
It just means you're earning it.
Right? Colon massage. Hey. I'm just gonna do this for like 3 minutes. Alright, where are my drunk drivers at? Someone call the cops. You know what they say about drunk driving? If you have to ask yourself, am I too drunk to drive? You shouldn't drive. That's why I don't ask. Fuck it. Fuck it. You guys are good. I'm a comedian, and I try, and I'm here tonight for free. 5 minutes. Made it. My dad's proud. I travel a lot. I also have a dance degree. My dad's even prouder. And I take planes, but I'm kind of cheap, so I recently started taking trains. And you know what they say about fucking on a plane? What's it called?
My high club.
Yeah, you know what it is on a train? No, herpes. It's herpes, trust me. So don't go to BioLife because they have my plasma. Yeah, my mom's name is Vicky Diane Watt. Now you know my last name. And I just call her VD. She has venereal diseases. She doesn't. Just vagina discharge.